Okay, bit of an update. I have my check-in this morning. I haven't sent it off yet. I got up, I did my cardio. Yesterday, I worked out at the kinetics place, which was really cool because I had some stuff, but I was doing my workout while my husband was doing his appointment, so I only had like exactly an hour, and that was to do my warm-up and get all my sets done. And I had drop sets and it was legs, and I usually take a little bit longer to do legs because I've been trying to keep up the intensity. So for some of the compound movements, I'm taking those 2 to 3 minute rests in between so that the next set can still be effective. So I got through the majority of my workout except for abs, so I did that this morning, but like, I don't know, I'm feeling guilty because I don't feel like yesterday's workout was any good. I don't know. It was definitely not the intensity that I know I need to have. So I'm disappointed about that. I fell a little bit short with my steps, and I didn't realize it till literally 11 o'clock at night, and we were getting in bed, and I was like, fuck, I didn't hit my steps, which I thought I would because we had been walking around. And I know we didn't get enough water in either. So I feel like yesterday I failed. So, yeah. And I was really, like, this whole trip, like, I have it planned, I have all this stuff laid out. I haven't eaten some of the food that I've brought. And at this point, my chicken breasts that I brought are a week old, and I don't want to eat them because I'm a little nervous about that. But I've made good decisions when we've gone out. And like, if I thought, like I said, I think I'm overestimating just because I'm afraid of going over. So like, if my fats looked a little bit higher, and by higher I mean like 10 grams, I'm not talking about a lot here, then I cut my carbs short as long as I hit my protein. But I don't know, I'm not in a good headspace about how yesterday was, and I'm pretty sure I'm being insanely hard on myself, but that's how I feel. But today's a new day. I got up, I did my cardio, plus I did some light walking just so I could get ahead on my steps because it's like 10:45 right now, and I'm at like, it's updating, like 3,500 steps, which I'm normally way further ahead by now, but I'm gonna be up later. So I don't know. I just need to like mentally regroup and move on. It was not a bad day, but I feel like I didn't do my best, and I don't like that. So yeah, I just thought, you know, this is full transparency. I am not perfect by any means. So I just wanted to share that. And I'm gonna be honest with my coach. I'm not gonna not check in. I'm gonna be honest with him, just so that he knows. And he may not think it's a big deal at all, but I'm gonna be honest and just let him know and own up to it, because like, I hired him for a reason, and this is part of the process. And if he doesn't know, then he thinks everything is just fine. And I feel like he needs to know when I'm having trouble too, so that he can either let me know it's not that big of a deal, or incorporate that into my plan. So yeah, today's our last day in Austin. I don't really know what we're doing. We might just hang out by the pool for a little bit. I have an appointment to get my very first tattoo, which is kind of crazy. And then we have got tickets to a comedy club, and then I head off to Vegas tomorrow. So I'm gonna spend some time today packing up a little bit, because I don't like to pack in the morning. I feel like I'm always gonna forget something. So that's that. Not feeling great about everything, but you know, if I take a step back, I didn't do bad. I just don't feel like I did as best as I could, and I don't like that feeling. I'm an overachiever, I guess. Airport, getting ready to head to Vegas. Don't have any more of my chicken that I brought and my ham for my sandwiches. I do still have my overnight oats, which I already had this morning. And I picked up a yogurt cup for while I'm waiting to get on the plane. And then I have a protein bar for when I'm actually in the plane. There are options here. It's just so early in the day. Like, everything has a lot of carbs and a lot of fat, and I really just want protein. So they did have smoothies and stuff like that, but you know, I'm trying to keep it safe here. But I have plenty of time, so I'm literally just getting my steps in, walking up and down the terminal, and I like to people watch, so it's kind of fun. So I am just walking around getting steps because I'm going to be sitting down for a while on the plane. So yeah, why I'm out of breath? Because I'm lugging around this big ass fucking cooler. But it's good. I'm going to sit down in a little bit and do some client check-ins and get ready for the last part of the trip. I am in Vegas now. I'm in Cosmo. I got in earlier today, and the rest of the bachelorette group is still arriving, so I took the opportunity to get my workout in. And it's kind of cool. Like, this gym is actually nicer than the other one, so I'm definitely enjoying my gym tourism here. So I'm gonna walk you through. So this, it's kind of a catch-all sort of room. Definitely would be a good posing room. And then there's a free weight section. Yes, I'm gonna be that weird person. They actually cleared out a little bit. There were some more people in here before. Free weight section, spinning room, and there's some machines and an open area to either add more machines or whatever. So they have a bunch of treadmills, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what these machines do. I'm gonna have to look it up. They kind of look like fancy cable machines, but I'm gonna have to Google them. I don't understand. And free water and towels. You know this bitch is on Breslin. We have Stairmaster and a cardio mat, a whole bunch of bikes. It's pretty cool. Makes it more exciting to work out. All right, y'all, I made it to Vegas for the bachelorette party. I had the group met in the suite, and we did some like get the party started type of things. There was pizza and chicken tenders, lots of alcohol. I just made myself a fancy water with the bubbly water and some lemon and lime, and for the most part, nobody really even knew that I wasn't having alcohol. Was very, very hungry, but decided to wait until they left for the Katy Perry concert, and I decided to go and get some provisions. So I checked out the restaurants. I really just wanted like chicken and like vegetables. I walked across, I don't know if you can see this without me dumping it out, but I basically found Panda Express, and I got the teriyaki chicken, and they had some like chicken and bean something or other. I'm sorry, I have to eat like now. I'm gonna eat while I'm talking. So I got that. I'm about to shovel it in my mouth. And I had already planned to not go to the concert with the group tonight just because I've already been traveling for 8 days. I've been running around a lot, very busy. And I just felt like I would need to regroup. So I did. When I got here, it was kind of midday, got checked in, and actually went straight to the gym. Which I just showed a video of that. The gym was pretty cool. Because I was up too early this morning for my flight to want to get up any earlier. So I got that in. And I'm gonna finish up some work tonight. It is 8 o'clock on a Friday night in Vegas, and I would like to get to bed by 9. I know, I'm a loser, but funny, some of the other girls have been here since Wednesday or something like that, and they were helping get things ready and blah blah blah, and the girl I'm rooming with, who is I guess my cousin-in-law, she's married to my cousin, she was like, man, I should have done what you did. I'm exhausted. So I'm actually really glad I did this, especially because tomorrow we're going to have a pretty filled up day. And if I'm going to make it through tomorrow, I need to regroup tonight. So I'm very glad that I made that decision for myself, so I can be the best attendee I can be tomorrow. So tomorrow, the NPC USA Championships are actually in Vegas, like literally a block away at Bally's. So I know that the group of girls is probably gonna be hungover and sleep in, and our pool party thing that we have tickets for doesn't start till 11. So I'm gonna get up early-ish, 7, do my cardio, and then I bought a ticket to actually go to the bodybuilding show since I've never been to one. And that means I can write it off as a business expense. So I'm actually super excited about that. I hope I don't hate it, because I guess that changes my plan here, but I don't know. Some people may call this boring, but like I said, I'm pretty happy with the choice I made. Let me show you. So I walked across. We're staying at the Cosmopolitan. I walked across to like the shops over by Planet Hollywood, if any of you guys are familiar with that. And I went into the Walgreens. So at the Walgreens, I got 2 of these, the Core Powers. I can use part of it to make my overnight oats, and then I'll still have one if I need quick protein. I got 2 super coffees because the ones that I brought I am now out of. So I got 2 more of those. A giant dill pickle because it's 0 effing calories, and it would be a great snack when I can't snack on other crap. I got a widow thing of pineapple because I'm supposed to have fruit every day. Fruit is not your enemy. I was hoping they would have some deli ham because I actually prefer that, but they did not. It was either this or bologna. So I got some chicken breast because I have the Dave's Killer bread that I've been carrying around. So I just need to find some like mustard or something at one of the restaurants, and I will be set. I got 2 bang bangs. Because if I'm gonna stay up tomorrow and Sunday, I'm gonna need 1 each day. And obviously water. I drink way more than most people. The group has some bottled water, but I didn't want to be that jerk that drinks all of it, so I got some auxiliary water. And that's where we're at. I'm actually looking forward to my quiet time here. I'm not gonna have fun tomorrow. Yeah. I am over here in Bally's. I am walking over to the NPC USA's, which is a bodybuilding contest. I have no idea where I'm going at this point, but I got this far. I'm super excited though. I've never been to one, and I'm just so curious to see what it's like, what to expect. Maybe meet some people. I don't know. It's I'm not sure where I'm going. I don't know. I'm just really excited. So hopefully I will take some pictures or video. Not sure what they allow, but see. So I tried to record as much as I could throughout the trip, but especially over the weekend, being part of the group for the bachelorette party, I didn't want to like film other people and stuff like that. So I'm gonna give you an update. So I did really well for the most part for the trip. Overall, I would consider it like a 92% success. I stayed on my plan. I hit all my protein goals. I believe I hit all my macro calorie targets, but I did have to do some estimations. So I tried to overestimate if I had to, just to make sure I wasn't taking in too many calories. My goal was to not drink at all, which I did pretty well with up until Saturday night in Vegas. So we went to one of those like pool parties, and you know, we had like the bottle service and stuff like that, and all that I had during that pool party was I had the like Pellegrino, the carbonated water type stuff, and I was just putting in lemons and limes, and literally no one could tell whether I was having like a vodka soda or just my fancy water, as I call it. So, except for some of the people in my group knew that I wasn't really drinking, but you know, it wasn't a thing, you know, and I certainly wasn't judgy of anyone else. I want them to have a good time, but I also know that I'd feel really shitty if I effed up my goals. So it made me stay really, really hydrated out in the heat and stuff like that. So that was really good. But we went to dinner, we had a Chippendales thing, all of that. I had just had waters. But I had told my cousin, who's the bride, I was like, I'll have one drink with you later. I left enough room. I've got plenty of carbs. I can have like one or two. And one or two and I had vodka sodas, which is, you know, not having a bunch of extra sugar and stuff like that. But somehow I ended up having some Fireball as well. I'm not entirely sure how much, so yeah. I'm kind of disappointed in myself for that. We had a good time. We didn't go to bed till like 5 in the morning or something like that, which I know it's like Vegas and that's pretty normal, but that's usually when I'm waking up to go to the gym. So I didn't have a hangover from any alcohol because I really didn't have that much to really cause a hangover. And I had, like I said, I've been really hydrated, but I feel like I stayed up too late hangover kind of thing. Like I felt okay energy wise. Up until like dinner time, I started just getting like a tension headache, not like a hangover headache, but literally just like that one that wraps around, you know? And I was just like, I just need to go to bed. So me and my roommate after bed, because she had a relatively early flight too, we just headed back to the hotel, and it was fine. We were just having like a chill day anyway. I did get my workout in on Sunday, and it was legs, and it actually went better than I expected. But I had to be up at 4:30 the next morning to get to the airport for my early flight. And then because I'm going from Vegas to Chicago, I lose 2 hours. So then I had a time change thing, and we had some delays. I got back to the house about 2:30. I literally dropped my stuff, said hi to my animals, and then I purposely come back on the early flight so I could get some things in order because I had to go back to work Tuesday. So rather than stress myself out about cooking everything I needed for the week, I actually ran over to Lean Kitchen, which is nearby us, and they have like macro portioned out clean meals. So I got a bunch of those for the week, and for less than $100, I think I got like 10 meals. Which people might be like, oh my God, $10 a meal. But when you think of all the cost of healthy food and stuff like that, not to mention the time it takes, it is actually very reasonable, and it tastes so good. So I got that, and that was a really good decision. But so I came back, I was unpacking, blah, 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 getting ready for the next day in the week. So I was running around, I don't know how. I wanted to go to bed at like 8 because I wanted to catch up from it, but I didn't because I was still trying to get things together. So I probably didn't go to bed till like 10 on Monday night. Still woke up at my normal like 5 to go do my workout. Went to work on Tuesday, and everyone knows what it's like coming back to work after being on PTO. I don't even need to go into that. So there was that. And then we had, I had a booth for my nutrition business at our local National Night Out thing that our community does. And it was really awesome. I had a great time. I did a plank contest. I had a girl do 60 minutes. She probably could have done longer, but we actually stopped her at 60. And then we had a dad actually get to like 43 minutes. So that was exciting. But anyway, by the time we cleaned up and stuff like that, I went home about 9:30, then had dinner, then got to bed. So I probably got to bed at 10 something again. And then I got up 5 something to go to CrossFit. So I did that. I still wasn't feeling terrible. I felt like I was tired, but like I literally have not sat down. So last night my kids are supposed to be coming home from Florida with my mom. So I was so excited. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get home. I'm going to have a little bit of time to like chill before I have to go pick them up at the airport. I get home. There's a fucking tree going across the front of my house. We had some storms. While I was at work, there was like a microburst or something. Like our neighbor's stuff was all blown over. Someone's gazebo flipped into their neighbor's yard, but the tree in the front of our house literally cracked in half and fell onto the house, rolled off, and was across the front door. So I was like, fuck. So we had to file a claim, and then we had to get it all out of there. So my husband and I spent the last night that we had no kids working as a tree service for ourselves. So, and that's just heavy, I ain't gonna lie. So it was just more energy and time on my feet than I was planning on. The kids' flight got delayed. They didn't get in till like after 11. So no good sleep happened. And I did something this morning that I never do, which is I did not do my morning workout. But I'm not skipping it. I would not do that. I just decided I'm gonna sleep an extra hour, try to catch up, because it doesn't do you good to do a workout if you're exhausted and not putting your full effort in. So I'm gonna do it this afternoon. However, I'm a tired bitch, so, but I'm gonna have to get it in, and then my kids have orientation and parents have orientation tonight. It's just so much. Like, all I wanna do is be able to go to bed. So I guess it's gonna happen this weekend. So what I'm saying, things don't go as planned. And I guess it's okay. So I had my check-in with my coach this morning. I'm sorry, I'm babbling. This is long, but I had my check-in with my coach this morning. As expected on Monday after drinking. So you usually dip down the day after you drink because you're dehydrated. So I did. I dipped lower on Sunday than I'd been since we started this cut. And then Monday, the second day it balances out and you're retaining water for a while. So I expected to be up. Then Tuesday after being home, it went down. And then yesterday and today it was up again. So just to give you an idea of how this whole vacation went. I started the morning I left for vacation, I was 143.8. And I'll pop this picture up somewhere next to me here. Throughout the trip, I varied between 143, 144, somewhere in there, and then I popped up to 145 after drinking, then to 143, and then the last 2 days I've been at 145. So I was totally honest with my coach. I didn't avoid him. I told him exactly how things went with Saturday, and then I haven't gotten good sleep and rest and stuff like that, and that I felt like, and I haven't cheated on I am logging everything that I've been eating, stuff like that. And I told him, I said, let me know your thoughts, but I'm kind of feeling like until I get my rest and recovery and probably some extra hydration under my belt, I don't think this is going to course correct until I do that. And he agreed. He actually thanked me for my honesty, because I'm not going to hide from him. Like, he needs to know what's going on. And he's like, it's all right, let's see where you're at on Monday, but I don't want you to lose much more time. So really try to focus on your hydration, rest, and recovery this weekend so we can get you back on track Monday. If you're not back on track by Monday, then we'll start making some adjustments, but I don't want him to take away more food or give me more cardio. So I really want to focus on this. But I'm dragging ass today. And I know I've done this to myself, but there's always, I knew I'd be busy Tuesday. I did not anticipate having to cut apart a tree and branches and haul them across my yard yesterday. And I did not anticipate being up so far past my bedtime last night and the other nights once I got home. So for those of you guys out there that think that all you have to do is work out, or all you have to do is work out and eat right, those are all important parts, but you also have to manage your stress, because my body is clearly telling me it's stressed out and it's not doing what I want it to do, because I'm causing inflammation basically. So if you're doing a plan and you're wondering why it's not working, there's probably some other aspects that you need to address, whether it's sleep, stress management, hydration, all of it. And sometimes you need extra rest just to course correct. So that's what I'm gonna focus on. I'm still gonna do everything I'm supposed to do, but I'm really gonna focus on trying to rest when I can. So that is that. I really wanted to come back and be like, look, I still lost weight. And for the most part, I did. And probably when this course corrects, I probably did. I mean, according to our averages, it looks like that's how it would have played out. But I'm just so mad that I did that on Saturday. But at the same time, my cousin was so happy that I joined the fun. I don't know. I didn't have to. No one twisted my arm, but I did build it into my macros for that day. So I felt like it was okay. I don't
know if it was worth it, but also it was like one day, and I know that this will correct, and I just need to let it go. But I'm a perfectionist and I don't like not being perfect, and it's bothering me. Oh, also in other news, I had my credit card stolen while I was on the trip. Not the actual card, but someone clearly like swiped at some point, so I had to deal with my card getting declined everywhere and fraudulent charges. They had to send me a new card to my hotel, which was a whole thing. And then the new card was having decline charges because they kept showing up in different cities, but that's because I was in different cities, so it was a hot mess. Why people gotta do that? Like, who are you guys out there stealing people's credit cards? Like, I don't even care, but do you have any idea how much work it is to update all of your auto payments? It's fucked up. That's the part that makes me the most mad. I hate it. Anyone who does it out there is an asshole. Like, get a real job. Stop trying to steal people's money. I'm sorry. Hate me. But stop causing all of us extra work because you want to find some quick money fast or something like that. It's fucked up. Stop it. Stop it. All right. I'm gonna go now. I'm ranting.